7 days of Murph every single day. Lessons learned and why not to listen to people, well, even when they have your best interest at heart. Let's go. So this past week with Memorial Day coming up, I decided to take on the Murph challenge for the entire week. Right? So what led to that decision? I wanted to test my fitness. Not only is the Murph challenge a great cause, and for any information, it'll be down in the description box, themurphchallenge.com, for any of that information regarding what it's about. I'm not going to sit here and give you the backstory of it and go through the whole litany, but please check that out. It'll be in the description box down below. But it is not only for a great cause, but it's a great test of fitness. So we've been sitting here now, at least me personally, for about 2 months, maybe even longer than that, without a gym. Gyms are closed. I love the gym. I love testing my fitness and doing all these body weight movements this past couple of months. Why not give that a test? Why not test it with the ultimate movement? So for those that don't know, Murph is a 1 mile run followed by 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then another 1 mile run. Now you can break those pull-ups, push-ups, squats into any sort of rep scheme you want. What really worked well for me this week was 4 pull-ups, 8 push-ups, 12 squats, and doing 25 rounds of that. I tried 5, 10, 15 a couple of days, and it just seemed to wear me out more. Whether it was real or whether it was mental, not really sure, but that last run became very difficult. It was like running through sand, running against the wind at that 5, 10, 15, whereas the 4, 8, 12 seemed to give my legs a little bit better recovery, and just the last run just felt better. So with that said, find the rep scheme that works for you. It could be 2, 4, 6. Like whatever works. If you're not that good at pull-ups, maybe you can only do 2 at a time. Hit it. Just do whatever you can and just try to get better on it. With that said, everybody's telling me you can't do that for 7 days. You're going to hurt yourself, right? So with that in mind, I really didn't feel like that would be an issue because of everything. Now, if I was still in the gym and doing my normal workouts, which aren't really like normal bro workouts, but it still is, you know, with barbells and stuff, and you don't get as much mobility as you do when you're doing a lot of these body weight movements, which I've noticed over the last couple of months. Just doing that, my shoulders feel better, my hips feel better, my ankles feel better, that type of thing. So there's definitely improvements there with just doing body weight movements. I really wasn't concerned with actually injuring myself, but what I did want to do is make sure that I recovered properly for the next day, right? And made sure that I was putting myself in the best position possible. So, second thing that I made a priority was to stretch, foam roll, dig in deep with a lacrosse ball, sort of like that deep tissue work. I started taking ice baths, started taking hot showers, Epsom salt baths, things that I don't normally do and things that I don't normally prioritize. Now, why would I do that? Because, like, as much as I didn't want to believe, like, what people were saying, like, you can't do that every day, that's nuts, I did also not want to hurt myself, right? You don't want to. Too many times we see in the gym, at home, whatever, any sort of fitness, guys getting to the next level or pushing themselves, they end up hurting themselves. And we're there to make ourselves better. We're trying to do this fitness thing to make ourselves better. And whether that be to look better, move better, whatever your particular goal is, it's never to hurt yourself, right? Sometimes our egos get involved. Sometimes we just move wrong. Sometimes we ignore certain little aches and pains thinking that we're tougher than that when we really should take a step back and work on that. So I wanted to focus much more on recovery, much more on just mobility and stretching and things of that nature. And I found that really I think that really, really helped. I think that allowed me every night to come into Murph feeling fresh, even though the last day kicked my ass. And I was pushing it. You know, I'm sub 50 minutes every day with no way. I think I got down to 43 minutes, I think, until my vest came. But last year I was at 59 minutes. And last year was the first year I did it. So definite big improvement there. With that said, I felt like the change in my routine was very good too. In the morning, I usually wake up and do like a walk, just get moving. But this week, I decided I'd get up, I'd stretch. I'd do about 20 minutes of stretching and then about another 10 minutes of foam rolling or lacrosse ball work, and then get ready for my day. And then after Murph, at night, I would do an ice bath, or I would do more foam rolling, more stretching, do some hot therapy, whatever the case may be, whatever I decided to do that night. And I think each day I felt good going into the workout, but each day I got better and better. And that was a huge, huge part of it. It really opened my eyes to how important that type of stuff is. And I know we discount it a lot. A lot of people in fitness do. But there's a reason why professional athletes take ice baths after a game. You know, there's a reason why professional strongmen are really concentrating nowadays, and really the top guys are really promoting recovery work. Not over strength work, but just as much, just as important. And it's because of that recovery work allowing them to push harder during their strength work, right? And they're talking about cryo therapy, saunas, ice baths, deep tissue massage, deep tissue work, like all of those types of things. And there's something to it. There really, really is. So if you can do those things at home with a lacrosse ball that costs you $2, do it. I know it sucks. But if you just watch TV and do it. You know, put on the TV, sit on the floor, and start moving around on this lacrosse ball, and you'll feel yourself loosen up. It's incredible. You know, get into an ice bath. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's 5 minutes. Start at 5 minutes. Throw some ice in a bath, and just dunk yourself in there. It sucks. It's uncomfortable. But it will make you feel better afterwards, and that is the point of it. It will allow you to perform better afterwards. So 7 days, as you saw through this video, I had each a couple of days playing here and there. 7 days of Murph, finished it up, had a great time with it, got my vest on day 6, 20-pound vest. That really sort of changed the game on day 6, and day 7 got even better than day 6. So I can't complain. I really, really enjoyed the challenge. That's what this year is all about. That's what this year was going to be about. And the gym shutdowns and all that stuff kind of threw a wrench in my plans for other activities. But we still got to challenge ourselves. So go out there, find something that's going to challenge you. Get better every single day. So there we are. Let's get in. Last mile run. 7 days straight. 2 with a 20-pound vest the last 2 days, only because it just got delivered. So here is how my week went. As you can see, I switched up the rounds here and there. I got some pretty good times. The vest added on day 6 and 7. See, that added about another 6 minutes to my time. Not only the vest, but also just being exhausted too. You know, 7 days of this, it's tough. It really is, but it was a good test of all these home workouts. And that was the point of this. Also the fact that it serves a great cause, which is down in the description, the website, what the cause is about, and how you can get involved. I'm sorry. Whew, just still breathing heavy. That last mile run. It's weird because in the beginning, when you get back from the mile run, the squats are the worst part. But then come round 15,
And I can't even hold this thing with one hand. Come round 15, for me, around 15, 16, that's when the shoulder starts kicking in. That's when all that pain in the rear delt, I shouldn't say pain, but just that deep soreness that you just got to fight through. And you just got to keep fighting and keep fighting and know that you're almost there. You know, around 15, 16, that's when I start counting down. I count up to that, and then I go 9 more rounds, 8 more rounds, 7 more rounds. That's just something that I use to get. But I just wanted to talk to you while everything was fresh and going. This was a great challenge. Try it yourself, even for one day. Even if it takes you an hour and a half, who cares? Just keep moving. Keep squatting. Break it down into 2, 4, 6. You know, I did 4, 8, 12. The one day I did 5, 10, 15. Like, whatever works for you, do it. Pull-ups were never good for me, so I was surprised that I could even last that long. It was actually the push-ups that wore me out this time. So last year was the first year I did this. It was almost an hour. I was 59, 52. So right there with no weight, and that was with a 14-pound vest. So right here with no weight, you saw I already beat my time, even the first day at 45. But now with a 20-pound vest, after on the 6th day, still got almost 10 minutes cut off my time from last year. So I know it's an improvement. I know I'm kicking ass with these workouts. Get out there, get better, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.